I mean, they're tight.
It's called a 20.
And pretty reasonable too, really.
Those really nice because you can pull it tight and then lock the screw out. Tighten that much. It's got inside and everything. Then you gotta go back. Oh yeah, yeah they will. They'll strip them out pretty quick too.
Drill bits up there, and you've got a cutting hole for each different kind of striker bit.
Oh,
And it's got what it is like a number 2 torque or a number 2 square. You got one of them standing up, and then a half dozen or so each one. There you go. This one, I think you ever have.
You are.
I'm going on that one. Last month, they yeah, they are. Yeah. I don't know, maybe those might be 3D.
Cookies are very good.
Well, my wife was we each have our own kitchen, so we're not fighting over each other. I do too. Yeah. I always end up with a few less than I should have because I make the wrong little. I don't do that. My wife does. She didn't. She was going to make them today, and for some reason we got sidetracked doing something else. She'll have them by cooking. During COVID, we did all together. We had 4 different vendors.
All right. We'll go ahead and get started. Looks like this is going to be a popular meeting tonight. Well, thank everybody for coming in. It's for our December Flatland Woodturners demonstration. It doesn't look like we have any new members in here tonight, so other than Vicky's been kind of new and old. Yeah.
He joined a couple months ago.
Just looking over old notes. Just some best pin turners open up their registration for the 2025. Let's see. AAW Symposium is now open for 2025 also. It's June 12th to 15th. The pin turners were April 11th and 12th. I don't see much anything else. Anybody have anything to bring up? Scott?
I didn't send out last month's minutes, I'm sorry. I realized today, when I opened up my binder.
I was thinking that once.
Pardon me?
I was thinking that once.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of you guys were. I apologize. I will there was some important stuff last month. We made a motion, a real official thing, so I want to make sure that gets in the minutes.
Okay.
It'll be in December.
Yeah, I don't have it in my notes on here. For some reason I didn't write it down. Let's see. Anything else? Dan?
As some of you know, I'm a member of Central Woodturners. We had a board meeting last month. We talked about turning Saturday for 25. So we're gonna host turning Saturday, 25, next year. There will be a youth build there in Bloomington. One of the things that has come up with members of Central Illinois Woodturners is having it in October. It's a bad month for several, so we've had some of the members express interest in moving it up to September, late August. So basically I was wanting to get your guys' and gals feelings on moving it out of October a little bit earlier in the year, like late August, early September.
I'm all for it, because I'll be out of town all of October. For selfish reasons, I think it's great.
Well, I had an individual tell me that, pick whatever date works for me, since I'm the one coordinating it, so.
There you go.
But, I mean, I want to see if we can find a date that, that we can, get the majority of the people there, be interested, so.
I'm for September.
Yeah.
So,
That's a good month.
Raise your hand.
Yeah.
September.
Did you kick around any specific dates or anything yet?
Early September, it'd be early, because it was late August, early September.
Okay.
And honestly, early September works better for me.
Okay.
Like
So be it.
So be it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
September 2nd.
Early September could be Labor Day. Early September could be Labor Day weekend, but.
Well, we wouldn't try and compete with Labor Day weekend, because there's no guarantee I'm gonna be there. Labor Day weekend.
Right.
There's no guarantee you're gonna be here tomorrow.
Well, that's true, there's no guarantees.
I know we toyed around with the idea of moving it up a little bit when we were trying to find a place.
Okay.
Because,
Yeah.
I mean, Monticello, I've been volunteering over there at the Railroad Museum. They've got a nice big spot that would be perfect for turning Saturday. It's a big open area. I mean, so like about the area almost this size, that's all open and ready for use. And with the kitchen and everything in there too.
Okay.
The only problem we couldn't do October with was because they start setting up for Polar Express. So we kind of batted around the idea of doing September, but we ended up staying with October because everything was already in place. I mean, I'm all right for it.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah, well, I'll take it back. I'll take it back and see what everybody says.
So it'd probably be like the 6th to the 13th?
Probably somewhere in there, because I think I got a weekend there where I'll be away at the races. And so I think it's September, so.
Yeah.
They have races in wood turning?
No, I'll be in Kansas City.
They actually do have wood turning races. Like, what was it? Over at Ohio, they had the guys turning a bull who could do it the fastest.
No kidding.
And it was like three of them up there. One had lathe troubles and lost power of his lathe right in the middle of it.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. It's like, yeah, this guy's over there unplugging everything.
And as usual, we'll be looking for demonstrators and we're working on door prizes. I already have a commitment for an individual to do the food, not crowbar.
So
He was tickled to death.
so who's bringing the chili then?
Yeah.
One of our members.
We might have a little bit on the side, so.
I just said, I like chili.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Speaking of Ohio Valleys, theirs would be October 9th through 12th, I believe. They haven't officially announced it yet or opened up registration or anything, or even posted who's going to be demonstrating. I might go to that. I was going to go to the AEWs, but $375 and $173 for motel. I couldn't find a camping place close by, so we could do some camping afterwards or before. And speaking of turning Saturday, it turned out real good.
It did.
Despite being crowded in there, it worked out pretty good.
Next year's membership dues, are they gonna stay the same?
Yes.
I believe so. We haven't thought of changing or anything like that.
Since we don't do a whole lot with our monies other than buy raffle prizes, and the raffle monies pretty much take care of that, I don't see any need. I don't think anybody sees a need in changing the cost of the membership.
Yeah, I'll stay the same. Just one other thing, I know we had a little bit of trying to think of an easy way or kind way to say this, but stuff on the tables around here, try not to mess with it. I know we had some folks looking at stuff earlier this evening and they got a little bit of a warning, so nothing bad, just if it's on the tables, you can look at it from a distance, but don't go up and start messing with stuff like that. And obviously, the old one too, don't go playing with the tools. Unless it's ours, you need to play with this all you want. So, anybody have anything else?
I like your frosted beer on Facebook.
Yeah, so if you haven't heard, I did a little bit of a Santa Claus. Dye the beard white. It's not like Steve back there. His is going natural there.
Have some kids.
That's probably why mine stayed so black. I don't have kids. Although I think after I did that dye, and some of the hairs have now stayed white for some darn reason. That dye kind of messed it up.
Like the guy used to shave his head, and when he quit shaving, he found out he was bald.
I'm halfway there. But yeah, I did a little bit of Santa for the Monticello Railway Museum, so that was fun. Anybody have anything else?
Yeah, for anybody that's in Central Illinois Woodworkers, Chris Dean, who used to be a member here, moved over to Bloomington, and he's looking for a shop to, the guy that did, the younger guy that did the bigger bowls. Yeah.
Chris Bean,
Chris Dean.
is he dropping membership here?
I would assume so, he moved to Bloomington.
He's been asking.
So he's looking for a place to use as a shop to turn, so if anybody knows anybody over there.
I volunteer.
He talked like he really didn't want to drive an hour to go use the lake. He used to rent time here, I guess.
No, he was a student at U of I, and they put in a wood shop here a couple years ago, so it was yeah, I'm very jealous that it was not there when I was a student.
Gotcha.
Who's going to run the show now that he's gone? Is he still going to school there?
No, he graduated and got married.
Moved.
All grown up now.
Wow.
They get big so fast.
Good for him.
And then children come, and then you run out of time.
And Christmas comes around, and you're like, "Boy, I got to turn something." Hey, if nobody has anything else. I don't have anything else to go over tonight. We'll go over show and tell items then.
Tell you what. Count.
Oh, yeah, 1 second.
I don't know if the rent's going to go up. I haven't heard anything yet. So.
I haven't heard anything yet either.
Last year we paid $468 for the year. So be something that we'll have to pay first up then, probably the next meeting.
I figured Joe, I'll get a hold of Joe and find out what they're gonna do.
Get ahold of who?
Joe, the Petrio,
Oh, okay.
he's been the contact, going back and forth between them, so.
You're gonna take care of that then?
Yeah, find out what they're gonna do and
All
what
right.
the New Year's price will be.
Okay. And I have a question before we start show and tell. It has to do with show and tell. If I have a piece of lumber that has the wax on it, and I want to take the wax off because I don't want to put a tool to this area, what can I use to take the wax off?
Paint scraper,
Saw.
A what?
paint scraper.
If I don't want to scratch the wood either.
Can't, blowtorch?
Soak it in hot water.
I don't like that.
Take the paint off?
How about a heat gun?
Sander?
Maybe.
I don't think you're gonna get all the way out.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I think the best bet would be to cut a 1/16 inch off with a bandsaw.
You know, if you get wax on a tabletop or a good piece of furniture, the way they say to remove it is to put a very absorbent paper towel that was on top of it, and then just heat through that with an iron until it soaks in and change it and do it again.
Run that by me again?
Well, on the flat surface, it's easy. You put a layer or two of paper towels and then you lay a iron on it.
Oh, an
So
iron.
Just move it gently until it gets really hot, and it'll start soaking up the wax, and then you can peel it off and put new paper towels on it and heat it that way.
Okay,
You can't do that with a blowtorch, but
yeah, understand.
Is it a smooth surface that you can sand later, or?
It's, so far it's a smooth surface,
Yeah.
yes.
So,
And it's
so if you do that.
And some of it's
Yeah.
burrowed, like that piece I'm looking at over there.
Hmm.
So, but it has wax on it.
Right.
is it,
So if you do what you said, I think that'll work very well, to get most of it off, but then you can sand it, and I think that's a
There's a little tricky train.
is the whole thing curved, or is it, like you said, the rough like the burl?
It's rough like that.
Oh, it's rough like the burl.
It's no, some of it's flat, and then
Yeah.
a part of it's got that burrow.
But the other thing is, I've been using a heating pad that's filled with beads or flexible material. You could overheat that in the microwave too and do the same thing with that, and it would fit around everything. Not spiky burl like that, but it'll fit a curve.
Okay.
I think you should just give it to me and not worry.
There you go.
There you go. I wish I would have asked you first off.
I wish I was too.
All right. I guess go ahead and start out with show and tell. Want to take off with it?
I've got a couple of things here. This is not a wood turning, but at turning Saturday, this piece of burl was in one of the boxes, and Paul Woolley won it, and I begged, pleaded, and tried to buy it from him. Paul wound up giving it to me, and I knew what I was going to do with it, so I made this clock out of it, and I was hoping Paul would be here tonight because I wanted to show it to him, what I did with this piece of burl. So thank you, Paul Woolley.
Is it battery operated clock or?
Yes. Little battery operated clock, just presses into a Forstner bit recess.
Elm burl.
Mhm. Yeah, it looks like that's what we think it is.
Do you know what that
That's what it
pattern
was.
is called?
Epsom cutoffs,
Do
like,
you know what that pattern in it is called? Is that cat's paw or something? Like the little dots pattern that's in the wood.
it's just burl. And all the wood I've gotten at the Landscape Recycling Center and every place else over the years, I have never run across a bird's eye view. It's just amazing. I thought, all the wood I've gotten out of here, I've run across burls, but not a bird's eye maple.
There's some good smoking down in the bottom of that pile.
Got a small bowl. I wanted to keep the bark, as much of it as possible, so we did an offset turning. Offset the interior of the bowl from the exterior to keep as much of that as I could. All of this has a gel polyurethane finish on it. This one here, I wanted to play a little bit with stain. Haven't done much with stains. So on this little piece here, and this is also elm, I enhanced the grain a little bit with a nylon brush wheel on the drill press, chewed away some of the soft grain wood, started out with black dye and went up part of the way, sanded it back, and then red and went up a little bit further, and then sanded it back, and then went yellow and didn't go quite all the way to the top. So a pretty nice little piece. And then the last one is a segmented piece. It's wingy and spalted maple and the D&D mystery wood, whatever that was. Whatever that wood we got from D&D Custom Wood Shop. Don't know what it is.
Yeah, I know that.
But that's what it is. So this was a learning process. We did a little, this is how you do segmenting for Roger over at my shop one day, with a couple of guys came over, and we went through the process of doing segmented turnings.
Very nice.
Ted Barnes from Danville. I made this, I've been wanting to do this for a couple of years, finally got it done. Mostly walnut, maple, mahogany. That's the big one, I think that one is the big one. And I even finished the inside of it with a couple coats of sand and sealer. And the outside's got 3 coats of polyurethane on satin.
Very nice.
Took
That's
about
lovely.
2 weeks off and on. So,
Awesome.
Sam Force from Mount Zion. My granddaughter wanted a yarn bowl, so, and my wife, she said that she could ask for something, and 3 months later I wouldn't even think of it. And my granddaughter wanted a yarn bowl, so I made her a yarn bowl in a couple of weeks. So that's what that is. And then my son has a laser engraver, and he cut the scroll out with that. That's all that I have.
What are those 3 holes for?
Put the knitting needles in, I guess.
The thing I tell you, if you try to do one of them, you start on the top end and you work down. If you start on the bottom and work up and then you mess it up here, you're done. But if you start and get this, the further you go, the bigger your tree is before you mess up. Because this is where you're likely to mess up here. And it's pretty hard to avoid doing it, but it's just a parting tool and pretty simple project, but I had to steal this one from my wife to bring it.
Roger Cookson from Decatur, Illinois. This was given to me, this was a, what do we call them? Blank. This was a blank given to me for my birthday a year ago. and I finally got around to turning it this week. He said it was box elder, but I'm pretty sure that it's spalted curly maple. But anyway, it's a really nice piece of wood. And the only finish on this is teak.
One coat? How many coats, Roger?
Three.
Three
No,
coats. Teak oil.
first thought it was hackberry, but,
Kind of what I thought it might be when a restaurant. Looks a little bit like that.
I don't have it, I'm slacked out.
What do you think?
So we're on my stool from last time.
It could be box elder, and it could
It's
be
got the blue of box
something
elder.
in the maple family.
I was looking for the kind of like the red that box elder gets.
There's a little on this
I
side.
couldn't find any red anywhere though.
Well, you don't always get red.
Right.
Kind of brownish right
If
there.
you don't have.
Oh, it turns
You're
me
not
brown.
gonna get the red.
Right, but do you see that? Do you see the curly in it?
Well, the curl could be in any wood.
They're a tiny little.
Through there.
White one. And when
I don't-
you get flash box elder,
It's a beautiful piece of wood.
it's
Beautiful, yeah.
Nice shape.
They're driving away and eating it.
Steve Smith,
Nice little one.
we got a Christmas tree, just so I wasn't empty-handed, a couple years ago. Walnut. I don't know if there's any finish on that or not. And then also something not turkey related, but made a couple little Christmas trees on the blazer out of some 3mm ply. And they're just a little press fit together, so they stack down nice when you're need to put them in the box and get a whole set of them coming up for Christmas trees. I've got 4 or 5 of these that sit at home in various designs and sizes.
Nice work. Jerry?
You got anything, Scott? Vicky, you got anything?
Only pictures. They're all on the West Coast.
Pictures, Karen? Pictures matter. I'm Jerry Rhoads, St. Joseph. Got a spinning top I did this afternoon, which, if time allows, I will demonstrate tonight. My holiday theme, a Christmas tree, which I will demonstrate starting with this tonight. And then another Christmas tree. And I back peeled the wood with the skew. I dyed it. In the past I usually used a marker, but I used dye with the brush, and then pup paint for the lights. And my pup paint's more than 20 years old, and it was kind of gloppy, but I got it done. Some blanks came back.
Neighbors, I have a little Christmas tree, piece of leftover wood for another job. Then I got this idea from a member, Bob Rowe from Kankakee. It's spalted maple with a walnut top. 2 coats of satin rattle can spray. That's it. Thank you.
Alright. Anybody else? No?
Oh, I brought in some dust masks that I don't particularly care for. So if you want a dust mask, go ahead and take 1 or 3, whatever.
They look kind of small.
Oh, they expand out.
Also, I most likely will not be here at January meeting. I'm having my right foot fused on January 7th, so I probably won't be getting around next week.
they make you look good.
Yeah.
What are they doing?
Using his foot?
There's a problem with that line of thought, though.
Well,
Wheelchairs don't keep your foot up above your heart.
Yeah.
And when you have a foot fusion, you better all the time.
Yeah.
Want to see a picture of a tree?
sure.
My granddaughter. If you ever know someone who doesn't have room for a tree, there's a make your own what?
Hold up the camera.
Will it work?
Yep. There it is.
She wanted a tree that she could take apart and put in a box.
Oh, there you go.
The main stem of that tree is an old hickory handle for a shovel. And then it's just dowels. And they all come from-
Alright, first one up. There's stuff up here on the cart here. 828. Yeah, it's right on the table. The sanding sticks. 825. Eight, 3, 1. There's. Yeah, there's 3 right here. There's a little sanding sticks, got some glue brushes there, and a big chunk of walnut.
Try those.
They're good for the little nooks and crannies. 827. Yeah. 824.
Wood's all you got?
Yeah.
Just go.
Throw it again. All right. 830. You want to walk? All right. We're going to take a little bit of a break. Conrad got the tickets over here. Okay, Doug. See what good stuff we put out there.
This is mahogany. What is that?
It also looks like.
Well, that's what I thought.
With the other ones?
As he's standing.
This one is mahogany, but water leaves. So just a different species of mahogany, you think? I'm not either. But I'm sure this is mahogany. But these, and
I haven't seen anything, but they haven't, not somewhere maybe.
Well, usually if they're left
they all
here,
came,
it's here.
they all came from the same
They
cabinet.
got picked up. If something's left, we're quite sure.
Right.
Thank you. Oh, my company, it's tremendous difference.
Oh, yeah, right. But I didn't notice
Yeah, usually if
there,
someone leaves something, I try
after
to
one here and there one.
let them know they left something.
Yeah.
As far as I see it was left on a table or something. Yeah, I thought maybe you did.
I like that.
I didn't know. Yeah, everything left or left around. I'm actually going to start. No,
I made about 8 of them.
I ended up
Real easy to make.
spending money on my well. The door is gonna wait. I was over in ours, just actually working on it.
Yeah, I got a niece over in San Diego.
Not buffering that. It's still kind of sticky on you. Last couple of days.
I just heard that she just bought a house, $698,000.
Which I really don't need all the rails.
And around here, it wouldn't get 60,000. She paid
No doubt it isn't me.
Last elder is a maple.
I
daughter's first itty bitty sister. She's still in it. 7 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Big garage wouldn't see that much.
you don't even find a house that's small.
Bigger than
Yeah, that's right, this one is 900, like 900. Three small bedrooms.
And it needs a lot of wood. It takes a shower and get ready to handle what I want to sell. All of a sudden, crack it.
House full. That's her house. I'm gonna put a big sunroom addition on it, attached to the point, so they're not pretty much there. Submerged foundations. Pulling things apart, she's got this one.
Oh, my.
All the way across.
That doesn't sound like fun. Have this one, I put it away. Literally not there, like, fuel. Redwood curling.
I've seen it years ago, but it doesn't pattern like that.
About foot.
And you have to, you can't overlap at all or ruin it.
You can overlap somewhat, but kind of, they fall into the grooves of each other.
I mean, as you're going around, you've got to stop at exactly the right moment. Have you not overlapped?
And that's the section cover right there. Be careful about it.
Be careful not to overlap.
Everything has to be. Yes. I'm looking into that, that's glass doors there.
Well, you can have two, you've got two, one can ring.
Yeah.
So,
It's worse now than I think before they have.
opportunity for you. They locked this hang from the ceiling.
Everything I've read about it is not unless you want, or absolutely have
Come on,
to.
you saw it.
Because
The guy used to work both the planers doing.
Had his done about
It's got
6 years ago, and then last year he had to have it empty.
It's 2.0. Wow. I paid $50 for it. Wow. Guy in the office.
Hopefully Jerry's not that
It's
bad.
got thermostat on it, like you turn it on and all the, it could be frozen, it could be anything else.
wonder who got stolen for touching somebody's. Do you see this over here, all the bits?
Yeah.
I went and bought that mini split.
Pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I can't sell it. It's where I bought it because he said, oh, they work. But I don't know anything. Well, they comes, I'm wondering if it's just the motor's not turning, which means it could be the bearing or something.
Yeah, yeah.
So, I don't know.
Just a little bit dumbed up and shot a WD-40.
That could be it too.
Yeah.
Everybody uses those cheap bearings and things.
Yeah.
They take my old lady
Yeah.
took the whole thing apart. And they used a bunch of little bearings. That, and I'm like, really? Like, I can buy a set of fully sealed bearings.
You want my money yet?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
You're buying these $1,000
I bought some drivers. That way I'll have it set when we're down at the lake. You're down there all the time, right? They're not, you're not gonna get it. Yeah, they might be, you're not gonna, maybe you can tighten a little screw with it.
The bearings and bring it back.
I have
You better not touch it, because it'll probably won't stand.
And they were press fit on each side.
You interested?
This bin was.
Right, right.
These two
Minimum we have to get?
3D printed out, or react on the bottom.
$24
Yeah,
and,
that's my thought. I don't know that.
I got one.
an hour, put them in.
Yeah. But, I mean, that's not.
Okay.
Well, I think that's an individual, would be my guess.
think so.
He didn't come to my birthday party last year. He bought me a present this year.
He's got
He was there.
I like this French.
I'll get along, I'll get him out, I'll talk to him.
There you go.
Once you.
This crap's gonna stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they flare it out.
Yeah, he did our slide work.
Yeah, he
Is it
was.
right with you then?
Well, I was turning for.
He drove some.
Yeah, it is.
And you start to.
Especially when you're working with wood.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I touched the.
Yep.
Together, so fix with furniture.
That's sick.
Little flowers
So,
for
other side.
kids.
I got
Where you've got
Purple heart.
supports are plywood,
Well, that was the other
and
thing.
then they're inch or inch and a quarter.
Started to tear
Down.
down. Make sure that the whole thing had a chance to cool.
Kind
down.
of everything,
Hot bearing.
I do.
Hot gas.
and then I put glue on the inside of the plywood.
So we had to let everything cool
So,
down.
I was frantic, I was by
What
myself
project
in
is
the
that?
shop, doing it together, everyone else was gone. And I was
Yeah.
doing everything.
Those two bolts that you saw
Like
like
the
this,
cabin,
And then I clamped
those are
weren't sealed, and I put seal back in.
I like
But
it.
I was surprised
Oh,
that
good.
I run
they would
my
have
next
it
goal.
in stock.
I didn't think of that.
Here you have to, well, hopefully I'll just go.
The wood will pull the moisture out of that gold.
It must be power bearing.
And I wanna go around, and I wanna go high enough,
But
and that whenever this, where this one starts, it's.
2003 on one side, 2004.
It's really, worn well.
What kind of wood was it got in there?
Yeah.
Oh, I,
And I.
There's a guy that can
I
fix it.
figured is that the oddness of the outside, heating the inside or vice
Looks
versa.
like a Westlake arm.
It is? I got a chart, I figured nothing. How easy is, I just go to the chart, and I say, diameter, okay, this is the diameter.
I've got a big collection.
I know, I do too.
I'm going through it looking today for something to clean.
I turned a handle for an ice cream scoop for my daughter. She has that still. And then just soft finish on it. And it browns.
And I'm like, that's what I've done.
Two eyes?
No.
No.
Have a finish for it.
I like it, and there's so many different things that you can do. There's also so many different things you've got to always be in consideration.
And that's that.
You want each one of your segment of your rings to be the same thickness. I mean, there's so many variables in design for everything.
I mean, I
I sit there.
Probably an hour and a half. I don't know what I did.
Because I do, I was going to.
Whatever I did, I don't want to do it again.
I know those weekends, you get to enjoy the music and the food, all that. No, I'm just like, I'm not making any money.
Okay, John, let's get going.
3-4 hours.
All right, everybody got your tickets?
It's not like they can take my artwork. They're
Exactly. Well, yeah, you.
All right, guys. John's talking to you. Last call for ticket. Then we got your ticket. Or cookies. All right. First up,
Yeah.
ticket number 798.
I think that's me. That's me.
First is. Which one? Yeah. Both those good. 795. Keep putting those out there, hoping I'll get one these days.
Gotta buy enough tickets.
Yeah. 799.
I'll pass.
Pass? All right.
You see my ticket in there?
I don't know, I might have passed.
You won all of them last time.
801. $807. Yeah, I saw it.
He did. He can have all of them.
Here's your homework.
808. You have that one too. I threw all the tickets. Do you want it? Roger. 808 is one of yours. Pass on the other.
That's why I threw them all up there.
All right. 810.
Whoever was after me.
Only 710. 717.
793. Yep, it's a bad one. No. 796. For work? Seven nine two. All right, one more. Last number. 802. Not mine.
Pass.
Okay. 805. And that's one of mine. We're gonna take it, call it good. All right. Let me go ahead and get the cameras going here and point it in the correct directions. Give me one moment, Jerry. And let me see this one here real quick. Zoom this in. Okay. What's that?
Ouch.
You put bugging you too much? You want stools or something?
I think it crinkles back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want a stool or something up there to lean on?
No.
All right.
Looking for the shorter tool rest, but this will be all right.
You don't want your platform, do you?
Yeah, I'll be all right. I reckon. I think everybody will be able to hear me okay. It's not too noisy, except when the furnace kicks on. Yeah. Second. I've pre-rounded and put a tenon on my pieces of wood just to facilitate getting quicker. This particular wood is basswood. I use basswood a lot for my ornaments, as well as I've got some sticks of poplar that I use, but I got a good buy on some 4x12 basswood one time over at Pekin Hardwood, South Pekin, the woodworker shop at South Pekin. Now, if I really want this centered real good, it don't matter. I did turn it between centers to rough it out. I couldn't bring the tail stock up with the point in it. And then I forgot to bring a smock, so I'll be eating. Holy cow. Yes.
I think I got one in the front.
No, that's fine. No, it shouldn't be too bad. I'll start by roughing this into a cylinder again. It's a little bit off, not too bad. I'm starting with a tree. I'm making a tree. I really don't care if it's humped out or straight or coved in a little bit. Trees grow in all kinds of ways. I'll take that end off where I had that indented for turning between centers. Top, whatever shape you like. Ooh, it's kind of skinny. A little dent in the bottom and the top. I'll pre-drill for a screw eye. And if you feel you must, you can sand it.
What kind of wood, Jerry?
Basswood, this one is. But I make them out about everything, but I used a lot of basswood because I purchased a bunch.
Excuse me, Mom.
There's still masks in this box, people. Take some masks. 20 days, 21 days, whatever. This one, I used the Wagner texturing tool on, and I used the 3/8 by 12. I think I'll use the 3/8 by 16 on this one. I just got this one a few months ago, so I've been using it a little bit, the 3/8 by 16. I got the 1/4 by 16, but I didn't have the 3/8 by 16, so I purchased that. Turn the speed down some. Ooh, and I oiled it before it came. Maybe I ought to make a black one. Try to go in at center or a little below, and you'll have a little less skipping along. And you can go as many times as you want to. I usually go 7. I usually go an odd number, whatever the length is, but I usually use an odd number. 5's not enough, 9's too many. Did you have your foot fused, Vicki? You had knee problems. Both of them? Diane was going to have hers done in September, right after our one show. She opted out and mine got worse, and I decided to get mine done. Woodturners usually don't go in hungry. I generally use a metallic marker for the top, for the star, or a yellow one, generally. This one might be buckshot. What color should we use? How about a purple tree? Turn your lathe off and move your tool rest.
Are those just regular Sharpies?
These are, but I use whatever kind of markers I happen to have. I have some Tombow, and I also have some of the better ones, the Prismacolor. Sharpies are fine. make a base however you like to have it. Color your stand if you want it colored. Sometimes don't. I've got silver and gold colored screw eyes. And usually with a slim parting tool, I'll coat that back a little bit, hang on to it. That way the outside rim will sit flat. I know it don't have a hump in the middle. Cut that nib off the bottom. And have a Christmas tree on it. That's pretty quick.
It's like a bell on top of it.
I make different shapes. You can kind of make a star shape and then sand the sides off, or file the sides off, file two faces off to kind of make a star, but I don't generally. They're a pretty good little seller.
What's that sell for, Jared?
25.
What?
25.
Wow. Good job.
We run out of
You
them.
can get it.
Some things you can make quick and still make money on. I think that's what it is. I'll have to look that up and make sure. 20 or 25, because we have some others I make that are slotted, kind of like the one Doug had, but they're shorter. I'll use a smaller piece of wood, and I'll have like 11. 10 cuts in, 10 curves, 11 pieces of wood. And we sell those cheaper. 15 maybe.
So when you textured that piece of basswood, you said you had a 1/4 by 16. Does
This-
that mean it's a 1/4 inch wide?
This is a 3/8 by 16. This one's the 3/8 by 16 I use. It's
So you're saying 3/8 inch wide?
yeah, 16 teeth per inch.
Okay.
They're Wagner brand. I've got one that's a 1/4 by 12 that was a Ron Brown brand. I don't like it near as well as anything else. I like the Wagners. Of course, they cost more than twice as much, I believe, as Ron Brown's. But Ron Brown is known for copying other people's things and selling them at a lower price and whatever. For introductory or whatever, a lot of that stuff is still good products. And we had Ron in here demonstrate one time after I talked him into coming after he did the Indianapolis woodworking show. I had him in here one time, and he did a good job demoing. His son does a lot of the manufacturing of the stuff, I believe. His name might be Steve. I'm not certain anymore. I forget things. Now I'll make a spinny top. My particular piece of wood is kind of long for making a top, but it was cut for several different items. Miss Vicki?
Question, if you colored the wood before you used the,
Texturing tool.
you used the texturizer,
You can do that.
would you lose the color that you put on, would it split apart?
So see, let me make this round. You can do that. Same way with when you're making tops. You can do that before you use the chattering tool or whatever.
So you can put the texture on over the color and then you could lightly sand it and put another color on the.
You can do that. And most of the time, or a lot of times, I didn't know that one I made, but sometimes if the texture is pretty rough, you can hit it with a short, stiff brush and clean it up a little bit, or a little bit of the sandpaper. But, well, I didn't get it marked real good, but. Oh, I was going to do it first. Color it first. This is the 3/8 12. Yeah, but it didn't follow itself. Some diameters will follow itself real good, and some you just get a different texture. And sometimes that'll happen along the way on one of these. You might have one that's a finer texture or something because it's not quite the right diameter.
Is it the flat part on the?
Yeah, that's just a flat spot. What?
There's a flat spot where it appears to mess up the design. I just wondered if that was the issue.
Yeah, I don't know. For making a top, start with a chunk of wood. I'll try some others here in a minute when I get the top done. Not supposed to back cut like that. Just say it can't be done. Then I harden that tip with the back of my gouge. Some people will super glue that tip. They think that makes it harder and it works good. But I've always found that that works real good. Changing my speed a little bit.
Now, is that basswood too, Jerry?
What's that?
That basswood now?
No, this is maple, hard maple. I use hard maple and cherry mostly for my tops, but just about any hard woods. Walnut works good, hackberry works good, sycamore works good, a lot of things work good. don't hurt your ears, it's not doing right. Same thing with the markers. Use as many colors as you want to use. On this particular top, I used the elf tool in this area here. I just used it straight. A lot of times I'll make a cove in there for the elf tool, for the round bit on the elf tool. But this one I didn't, I left it flat. And a lot of times you can just use more pressure and make it cove with that tool, but it's kind of hard on it.
Gary, what do you mean by the elf tool? What's that?
It's a texturing tool.
Is it a rotary spinner that?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and actually, it's got an 1/8 inch.
Bearing?
I don't remember if it has bearings, but you can use other router bits or different things that are 1/8 inch in there for different looks.
Yeah.
And so it's pretty sweet too. I usually try to go 1 13/16 because that's what's supposed to be safe for babies or youngins. Our granddaughter Annalise, our first grandchild, lived with us quite a bit, but mostly her first 5 years, and then skip a couple, and then some more. And she'd go to all the art shows and markets with us, and I'd let her put the color on. And so sometimes they'd have a bunch of colors. And we'd let people pick out the colors they wanted as well. But she graduated U of I Art School last year. I like to think I got her started in the art. But she has turned, and she turned pretty good. And one time she wanted to make a pen for her stepfather, so I set up 2 mini lathes next to each other, and we were turning along, and I always used a skew, at least for the last portions of turning a pen, and I showed her how to do it, and I went back to my lathe. When they're 10 years old, they listen to exactly what you say, if they're really interested in it, and they do what you say. It's like the best person I ever had to learn to use a skew. It's like, I didn't tell her it was a 4-letter word. gauge the diameter, start with some 80 grit paper. Which I'll do tonight. If you're making these, the younger you make the if you're making it for children, the younger the child, the bigger the stem is easier for them to stand.
Jerry, did you mean longer or fatter?
Fatter. If you're sanding up here, give it a little back pressure. Although the maple holds up real good. Been a long time since I snapped one. Yes.
Do you ever let the kids put their color on when they're gonna buy one?
I don't take I haven't.
Okay, I just wondered how that would go.
I do carry insurance, and that was especially because, well, I was used to having insurance for a former business,
So
but
you don't let them get that close?
yeah. I usually had a shield that I would put, I got a little yellow scaffold that I put in front, and I usually have a shield, and so they can't reach up there and see if that's really spinning or anything like that. And, so no, I never let them put their own on, except my grandchildren.
Yeah.
We can kind of get this to skip along, make some finger grips, maybe knock the rough edges off of it. Isn't it amazing how little wood it takes to hold that on there? And I usually sand the ends if necessary. Many years ago, I waxed them as I turned them, but I quit doing that. But I would use the brie wax, I think it was, I'm not sure. And it makes real pretty cloth. Then you have a top. Now, as for some of Vicky's questions, I can maybe do it here. Now the chatter tool pretty much takes all the color off doing that. And it just barely some in there. But with the knurling tool, should leave some on there. Now, when you ask Greg to do something, he says as soon as he gets around to it.
Oh.
Thank you all for having me. Anything else I can show you?
No, it's pretty cool.
Thank you.
Thank you. President's challenge for January.
Skew related? Something with a skew.
Well,
Something with a skew.
Something with a skew?
Yeah.
How would you know?
A skew to view. Honor system.
I generally try to keep my markers upside down